Hello, this is number 108, Dark Flare Dragon, coming at you with a discussion video. This will be a three-part discussion video about the Link summoning, my opinion on the Link summoning, and what it will do to the impact on the game, the new anime, and my current status of the current anime. Alright, first off, we're going to go to Link summoning. As you know, there's a new mechanic for Yu-Gi-Oh! And in my opinion about it, I believe Konami built this new mechanic to slow down the game. First, we got two new zones called Extra Monster Zones, mainly for extra deck monsters, and the new monster, Link Monsters, which are blue like Ritual. I was hoping for a different color, maybe red, like the Slifer promos we got. That would have been cool, but hey, we got another blue. The real difference between this is that it has attributes, I believe no level, I could be wrong, no defense points, because you cannot summon these in defense position, and attack points and an effect and arrows pointing to specific columns, or specific monster zones. First one is the anime protagonist ace monster, I'm assuming. Strangely, it has 2300 in attack instead of the usual 25. Decayed Talker or Talker Decayed. Either one, I don't know. It will probably be on screen. And it has three monster zones. One up front and two to the left corner. One to the bottom right, one to the bottom left. Now, the way this new and also for our new spell trap card zones, before I get started talking about the Link summoning indefinitely, pendulum zones no longer exist as they were. They are now in the spell trap card zones at the far ends of the spell trap card zones, which I find perfect. They were monster spell cards anyway. I was wondering why weren't the pendulum zones put in spell trap card zones to begin with. But it doesn't matter, they're there now, and I think that's kind of cool. The downside is if you use these two zones as pendulum zones, which they can only be used as pendulum zones when you put the pendulum monsters in it, so they can be still used as spell trap card zones, you only have three left. That's a downside. If you want to look at it or not, I don't mind it, and let you think a little. Now, down to the Link summoning. Link summoning will cause the effect of the game to slow down. Like I said, the extra deck zones are for the Link summoning. There are two of them. You can not only put Link summoning in them, but you can also put your extra deck monsters such as Fusion, Synchro, XE, blah blah blah. Now, you can only have one of these Link summoning zones. Once you choose one, the other one is reserved to your opponent. There's two of them, right or left. Take your pick. Now, you cannot XE, Synchro, or Pendulum summon monsters from the extra deck onto your normal monster zones, except if you have a link to it. That seems alright. Pendulum monsters have been sped up the game into overdrive. Pretty much all in this game we have to do right now is set up unstoppable boards, aka Winwich Edelon, which I will be building as soon as I get the stuff that I need. Hopefully, so expect that video in about a couple of weeks, maybe, when I get around to it. I hadn't done any videos in a while, due to life. But, anywho, monsters summoned from the extra deck can only be special summoned if the Link monster points to the zones. These zones are meant for Link monsters specifically. You can put other monsters in it, but to get the full power of the Link of these zones, use Link monsters. Yeah, I don't really mind. Other people might mind it and say, oh, this is just stupid. Well, Konami has been fucking up for the past couple of years or so. I mean, we almost had a pretty good, decent Silent Hill game, maybe. And you know what? Metal Gear Solid's going down the toilet now. Great job, Konami. Yeah. But I think it's perfectly fine. The game needs to slow down a little bit anyway. It's been getting kind of boring. You set up unstoppable boards. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, so 9 times out of 10 they quit. And it's not fun to have a response from your opponent, at least challenging, when you can just summon Crystal Wing and Cyber Infinity and it's over with. I find it sad. Now, next. How will this affect the secondary market? As we already know, the hype of this, everybody's buying stuff from CyberDark Impact. Ironically, one of the most famed sets of no one really giving two fucks about. I mean, the CyberDark monsters are cool, but there's just too few of them to be classified as an archetype, and it's too outdated. The thing about that set is meh. Yes, there's probably some good commons. It sucks that the commons are better than the foils. But this is where the set where they tried to introduce column mechanics. Now, some stuff from this set, everybody's buying up, and it's causing these certain cards to go up on the secondary price. I would not buy them just yet. I would hold off. We don't know how this dual mechanic's really going to work, which is why I waited so long to do a video on this. For example, when Pendulum Summon was announced, I assumed, okay, so we could Pendulum Summon monsters from the extra deck. They didn't say face up on the extra deck at first, they just said from the extra deck. So I was assuming, so what, we could Pendulum Summon Synchro and Fusion monsters now? How is that going to work? Come to find out, you couldn't. It was only face up monsters from the extra deck, or Pendulum monsters from the extra deck. Which this mechanic does hinder Pendulum Summoning. They can't destroy Odd Eyes, and then next thing you know, summon Odd Eyes on your next turn, or whatever like that. Or set up for big plays with Pendulum monsters. You have to wait a little bit, Link Summon, then Pendulum Summoning. So please don't just buy all these cards off. And people who are selling said card, who have these cards somewhere in the depths of their closets, go ahead, start selling them. As high as they're going to be. But don't take my word for it, because next thing you know, they'll probably be OP and actually mean something, apparently. Next, talking about the anime. Currently, Arc V is on a slow pace after the defeat of Zark. I love the Zark arc. It's pretty cool. I was hoping of more of a backstory. When Ray came into the picture, I was hoping, recollection, Ray and Zark start talking more about what happened in the past, kind of flashbacks, maybe get a good definition. But what we got was Reiwa, maybe a girl or something, I don't know. Yuya comes back. I was hoping at least, we see every Yuya, Yuri, Yugo, and Yuto just fight Zark off, all four of them, but all we got was, hey, Yuzu's talking to Yuya, and all of a sudden Yuya breaks free and okay, I'm just gonna draw this card to chain to these 4 cards that Ray has, and then, and now what? What happened to Yuzu? We still don't got no explanation of that. Yuria at this point is going to the other dimensions to probably get answers, hopefully, but that's about it. What's going on? What happened to his extra deck? What happened to Clear Wing, Dark Rebellion, and Starving Venom? Seriously, what happened to Starving Venom? What happened to Supreme King Dragon Zark? Are all of them with Reira now, who is currently a baby? What's going on? I don't know if we'll ever find out by the next anime's preview. The next anime is going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrans. I'm calling it VR because Vrans sounds stupid. Also, we got very little on that. I like the premise. It's basically showing people not to give up. Some people actually do need that lesson, especially people I know. But what is your opinion about the subject, about the new summoning, about the new anime, about what's going on now, and what does this hold for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! As itself? Because everybody thought Pendulum was so stupid, and then all of a sudden, during the World Nationals of that very year, or the year after that, we had the biggest turnout at the tournament in forever. So what do you think this might hold for Yu-Gi-Oh's fate? Please discuss, like, subscribe, comment, Trust me, I really need the subscribes. Thank you, and see you next time.